Hey everybody, welcome back to another iiRcade Gamedaze. I'm your host, Michael, executive producer here at iiRcade. I hope you can hear me. I've had a lot of technical difficulties this time setting up my mic for some reason. It's the same mic, nothing's changed. For some reason, technology hates me today. It's how it goes sometimes, right? So, good to see you all in the chat. Hope you are having a good Friday. Hope it's your weekend already. Hope you at least have a weekend. Maybe you're celebrating the holiday this weekend stuff too. So, have a good time, everybody. To eat some chocolate, I hope. That's what I'm planning on doing at least. To see my family for a little bit, because I do have a life outside of work sometimes, I swear, right? Audio is clipping. Okay, let's see here. Let me see if I can fix this. Are we on the right setting? Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay, let's see. Let me just real quick here. Test. Okay. All right, we're good. We're good. Hopefully for audio too. Yeah. Okay. Okay, maybe. Somebody let me know. Still bad. Okay, here we go. Here's what's going down. We're going to mute me for a second. There we go. Are we back? Are we good? Is that better? Yeah, I wish I could just blow into it. It doesn't work that way, unfortunately. Okay. Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're okay. Okay, I think I've got sound back. No better. Oh my goodness. Okay. It's great. Maybe I'm just laggy today. Is my video fine? This is fun. We're like 4 minutes into just audio adjustments. The bad cable. Now, hold on. Here. We've done this before. We can do this again. I swear. Video's fine, just not my sound. Okay, here. I'm gonna switch my audio. We're gonna do this. Unmute me, and maybe this fixes it. That's fine. This is maybe fine. You can also adjust settings. There we go. That's the right one. And let's see here. We can mute this. Is this any better for everybody? Just give up. Yeah, I know I'm going to give up soon. Hopefully this is better. I've muted that end of things, so hopefully that fixes it a little bit too. Okay. We're going to move. We're going to keep moving on. Some kind of interference. Yeah, hopefully the interference is stopped now too, because I muted this other thing. So we'll see. Just this is bad. Always good. Always good. Well, what I can do is switch to this. Let's see if this helps you at all. Let me see here. Okay. I might be a little quieter if I'm on this microphone, but hopefully this will work. Spare mic. Yeah, there's a spare mic. It's just on right now. Just scream at us. I could. Okay. Well, I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna switch back to this one and change this up here too. For some reason, it looks like it's on headphone mode, but I don't know how to switch off of. Okay. Well, hopefully you can hear me. And then we're gonna move on to the actual first topic of the day, right? Keep on. Okay, we're gonna keep going on. Sweet. Okay. So we'll fix this at some point, right? Okay. Yeah. So now that I'm totally off track and I've lost my mind, it's totally good. Happy Friday again. Welcome back. And Awakened Evil, that's what we're going on to, right? So Awakened Evil is the game that released today on the store. Looks can be deceptive. I know that it might not look like the most polished game ever. However, this game is surprisingly very, very good. Way more than we expected even too. We were testing the QA. We were pleasantly surprised by this one. So not, you can kind of compare it to something like Castlevania and things like that. It is a platformer. It stands alone on its own. It's a classic RPG kind of troped atmosphere. The sound is amazing in the game too, unlike my mic apparently right now too, which is great. Good enough. Okay, good enough. That's what I'm going with. It's good enough right now. That's fine with me. All right. As long as you guys can hear me enough. So anyway, without further ado, let's get to the trailer. In case you haven't seen it yet, here is Awakened Evil, the game that released today on iiRcade.store. If I can ever find my videos. There we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay, I've re-added myself to the stream. Maybe that might have fixed the audio a little bit. Hopefully it did. I don't really know. So there's sound. Just have a viable video. Okay, cool. Okay, well, that's interesting. Yeah, so the game, yeah, that makes sense that the game would be good, but not me because it's a video, right? So there you go. Can you guys hear me better now? Maybe. Still choppy audio. Okay. I don't think that I can end the stream and restart it and then keep it going at the same spot. I don't think it's possible. I've never tried. Let's not try that because I'm afraid to end the stream entirely there. Okay. My mic has interference. Interesting enough. Like this. Falling out. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, it seems like it's treating it as a headphone, which is interesting today. Do a test to restart the stream. I don't think that I can do that. I don't think. However, sorry, everybody. I am slowly fixing this as I go. I swear to you. And then we will talk more. One second. Let us find out if this actually works. I'll be right back with you guys. Okay, and I'm back. Is this better at all for anybody, everybody? No, we're at least back in the queue here, so that's good. Okay, we're going to go with this as long as you guys can hear me. It's better? Sweet, have I done it? Have I actually succeeded? Can I fix technology? Oh, thank God. Okay, cool. That's good to know. I mean, I've lost a lot of my things that were set up, like videos and things, so that's cool. But we'll get back to that. That's okay. We can get there. So I'm going to slowly be like clicking at the same time. So I am sort of a one-minded person. So let's find out if I can keep doing this. Anyway, Awakened Evil. Yes. So that's what we're going to talk about, right? So Awakened Evil is our brand new game today, right? $7.99 on the store, brought to you by Deprecated Games, right? So it is available right now. It's fantastic. It's got 6 different levels. There are different gameplay types as well, too. I did have things lined up for you that were video-based. I unfortunately can't play them now because they're gone until I reload them, and they're on my drive that is not with me right now. So this is going to be fun, right? So Awakened Evil, yeah, very Castlevania kind of style gameplay. Sure, you can compare it to that, but it is standalone. It's very, very different on its own, too. The music, again, in this game is fantastic. I love the music in this game, too. You know, the art style, don't knock it. Knock it for what it is. You know, it is a pixel art style game, too, which I like a lot, too. It is very simplistic, of course, too. However, looks don't make a game, right? So we've had some games that don't look too great, but play fantastic. Right, this game is fantastic as far as gameplay and sound goes especially, right? So 6 different stages you can play in a new game mode, which is like a story mode essentially too. 3 different difficulties for you. There's easy, medium, and hard difficulty. There's also, you can play by stages, which again, you can choose all 6 stages. You can play them as you defeat them. You have to unlock them first, of course. And then along with that, you've also got a third option for speed runs, right? So you can actually do speed runs by the entire game, as well as by stage, as well as by difficulty, right? So there are different settings there too. So there's a lot of replay value to this game. If you do enjoy it a lot, there you go. It's there for you right now. You can also remap the controls in this game to whatever you might be. So it's jump, attack, and your sub weapon, especially too, for what you have. So those are going to be your 3 main buttons. You can swap all those as well as the start button if you'd like to. You can set those to any key that you want. Player 1 side, player 2 side, doesn't really matter. It's totally up to you, right? So play your way. So if you do want to map your buttons to, X, Y, Z instead of ABC, you can totally do that in this game as well. So it's just a feature that's there for you. There's also an accessibility setting in this game for I believe the flashing is what it is, right? So those of you who don't really like flashy games, stuff like that too, this game has some lighting and things like that, so you can actually totally shut that off if you'd like to. But you can change the brightness, especially on that. So instead of having like a pure white screen, you can kind of gray it out, right? Opacity, things like that. So it's good. It's always good to have features like that, always good to have options, right? So yeah, let's talk about the gameplay, right? Does anybody have questions on the gameplay and stuff? Unfortunately, I don't have my video now that I've sort of reloaded myself. So there we go. So let me get some questions about Awakened Evil. Have I missed anything in the chat about Awakened Evil? Let me see here. So I say my normal speed. Yeah, I do tend to talk very fast. I'll slow my roll again. Sorry about that, guys. Especially when I restart the stream and then I get nervous a little bit. That's what happens. When I talk fast. That's how I've always been. It's not sped up. It's just like, oh, maybe we'll find out, right? We'll find out on a playback later on what this looks like. All right, but questions on Awakened Evil that I can answer. Let me see here. You're saying I'm muted? Is that what you're saying? That I'm muted right now? Oh my gosh, audio issues today. It's saying that I'm totally fine right now. Echo cancellation is on. We're good. Can you guys hear me? Are we good? Do I need to restart this entire stream? Because I will do it. I'm still crackling. Oh my goodness. Okay. Saying I'm muted. I'm definitely not muted. I can tell you that. Okay. Here you go. Test. Hello? Okay. Can you guys hear me now? Is this better? Am I crackling now? Space for a second, then came right back. Okay. Well, let me disappear for just one more second again, too, and then I will be right back. I'm not going to end the broadcast. I'm just going to rejoin, essentially, right? So, un momento. And we're back. All right. Is this at all better? Hopefully, maybe. This mic is just not loving me today at all. We already replugged multiple times. It's not happening. Yeah, maybe. No, yeah. Test. Everybody, how are we sounding? We still crackly? Sounds good. We're better. Please stay better. Okay. All good. Okay. Let me know if it fails again. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm not a sound crew. It is what it is, right? We've talked about audio before. I'm not a sound tech. So, okay, we're good. We're synced up. We're better. Okay, let's go. Any questions on Awakened Evil? I can speed run through this again real quick too. We were talking about multiple modes. There's new game. There's 3 different difficulties: easy, normal, medium, or easy, medium, or easy, normal, and hard. There we go. There's also, on top of the normal mode, you can choose stage select as well. There's 6 different stages to choose from. As you unlock them through the main story mode, you can play those. And then there's also a speedrun mode, which lets you pick both for Iron Man for the entire game, as well as you can do speedruns on each specific level as well too, with a timer going by, save your scores, things like that. So there we go. Okay. Different modes in the game. Any questions on those? Let's keep going. Okay. Any questions on Awakened Evil at all? Sorry, too. I've been sick all week, guys. I know I sound very nasally and stuff, too. Sorry about that. It's been a rough week, you know? Seasonal changes going on here. Is it like Castlevania? No, Castlevania is its own thing. You can sort of compare it, I guess, to Castlevania, but it is a very different game for sure, too. You do have a whip by default, yes. You can also remap the buttons. If you didn't get any of that, you can remap all of the buttons. So there you go, to whatever you want on either player side as well. You see, can I sell these golds behind me? I cannot. These are mine. I keep these here in the lair for us, right? These are my pristine babies. No one can touch these but me. It's not true. However, they are actually pristine. It's great too. Actually, this one's actually not really a gold, technically speaking. This one's a prototype originally. So it may be shaped like a gold. It's just merely shaped like a gold is what it is. So there you go. Okay. Forgetting to breathe. Yeah, no, I just don't. Who breathes anymore, right? That's just a waste of time. No one needs to breathe. It's okay. Let me see here. Any other questions on Awakened Evil, though, too? Definitely check it out. This game, again, even QA is super surprised how good this game actually is. We really enjoyed testing this game. We like it a lot. It's a good time. I promise you that. So you won't be sorry on it. And again, you can always try out the game too. You have half an hour to try it out from time of purchase. So you can purchase it, let it download instantaneously right there, and then play it for 20 minutes. If you don't like it, you can always refund it. That's your prerogative too. But I really do think a lot of you are going to enjoy it. It's worth giving it a shot. Trust me on that one. Again, surface level details, maybe not totally inspiring to you. However, the content is there. Okay, let me keep scrolling through chat here. What have I missed here? Am I saving up electricity? No, I just didn't have time. I just keep forgetting to turn on my goals, right? I keep getting rushed into here. Let me see here. Oh, there we go. So Shaw Arcade has already played Awakened Evil, so that's good, at least particularly, right? So, and I'm hoping to see some speedrun scores too. I'm excited for people to actually try out the speedrun mode. I haven't tried it out quite yet myself. QA's tested it out, but not me. So I'm excited to see what kind of times people get on this game, especially the full speed runs. Let me see here. Any other questions on Awakened Evil specifically? We will move on to other topics later, guys. Don't you worry. We'll get to that. Let me see here. You see, okay, these are other games. These are other game questions. Okay, nothing on Awakened Evil. Okay. Again, it's pretty, you can see what the game is from the trailer and stuff like that, especially. So it's pretty, you know what it is. It's a familiar type of game, so I can understand that. But again, give this game a shot. Again, the soundtrack's great. The controls, fantastic. It plays super well. So, and the boss fights are super fun. They're very different for sure. All right. Moving on to my next topic of things that I've now lost by reconnecting so many times. Let me reload some videos for you guys here real quick. I'm doing this on the fly. I'm looking at other questions in the chat that I can answer at the exact same time. Take a couple questions. There we go. Ichabod Crane tried it out. I played Awakened Evil for a minute. I think it looks awesome. I will dive into it tonight. Yeah. Again, I don't think you're not going to like this game. It's way more exciting than it looks on the surface level for sure. So I'm actually very pleased with this game a lot. Let me see here. Any sales coming up soon? You know I won't discuss sales until it's on. Don't give advanced thing on sales right now. You see here. Dead Cells is actually not broken. So we will get to that in just a bit too. Again, these are things that you shouldn't be contacting us for. You should be contacting the developer because it's their game. These are bugs that exist on other platforms as well, not just ours. So you don't go to You know, you don't go to Xbox when Skyrim's broken. You go to Bethesda. Don't I know that much too well, too? I mean, you keep adding these video files in the same time here. Sorry, guys, I'm playing catch up with myself since the stream audio just decided to stop working on me. It's great. Technical difficulties are fantastic. We do this live, right? Maybe I should just pre-record an episode today. But I didn't have a lot of time to pre-record the episode. You guys get to see my ugly mug and hear me talk a mile a minute instead. So there you go. iiRcade has turned into my favorite cab. We love to hear it, you know? So we hope to please. Again, what I love to tell people all the time, we've said this before in the past too, my favorite thing to say is that iiRcade is not a destination, but a journey cab. So we are ever-changing, kind of an evergreen product in a sense, right? Just because we're always going to keep adding new stuff. We are always going to keep revamping systems, old systems, new systems, adding more to the console, things like that too. Fun things coming ahead. Don't you worry later on this year. So we're getting there. Okay, let's see here. All right, we will get to Q&A later on. We're going to jump into one more topic before I jump into there too. Quicker day for me right now too. But now that I got my videos loaded back up, I did want to jump into, I know some people, you know, maybe 2 weeks ago we've actually released a pretty good handful of games this year with a good variety of both modern, online leaderboards, things like that too, as well as retro games with both online leaderboards as well too, right? But so Ridge Reforce, maybe you didn't want another shmup. It's potentially right. Maybe Awakened Evil might not be for you. So let's go into 5 of my top hidden gems that I actually like. We haven't done this in a while. I want to bring some of this stuff back up, get back to the game days of games, right? I'm trying to bring it back to that. I just never have a lot of time, unfortunately, to fully plan a show because I have a full-time job, or really 5 on top of that. So let's get into that. So I'm going to bring up a couple. These are just a handful. These are only 5 games that I really like on the system that I think pretty much anybody's going to like. If you purchase an arcade style machine, I don't think you can ever go wrong on these games. However, you definitely might have missed them, and we do have a lot of newcomers in the chat, which is great. That's what we do this kind of for, right? So I like to bring up some of this stuff. With hundreds of games, they can be missed a lot, right? So you might not know a lot of titles all the time, which is totally fine, right? So just because you don't know a game doesn't mean it's a bad game. Sorry, here we go. Technical difficulties. Again, we're good. We're good. I'm good. I swear. Okay, I'm going to add this to the stream. I just got to lower the volume a little bit here. Let's go. So my first one on my Heavy Smash. Heavy Smash all the time. It's one of my favorite games on the system. So, and it's a very low-key, underrated title. It's not on a lot of other systems ever. I don't know why, honestly, because this game is fantastic. You can play this online. It is a very good head-to-head game as well, too. So if you love games like Windjammers or like sports games in general, Hyper Handball Heavy Smash, right? Heavy Smash is, they call it Hyper Handball. It's handball rugby to me, right? So you get different teams with different play styles, especially play as the Australian team. The women's team is fantastic. They're so fast and so aggressive. I think they're the cheater team, honestly. Just saying. That's my personal suggestion. There are a handful of different country teams to pick from, and you can see their stats with different power, speeds, and things like that. And they do play very, very differently, so it makes a difference in this game. So especially with who you're playing against, too, be it a CPU or an actual person. But yes, Heavy Smash, definitely one to check out if you've never checked it out. I love this game. I can't really talk more on this game. It's just good. It's such a good game. It's such a fun game, especially if you enjoy those like sports or like head-to-head kind of titles. It's the right game for you. I can promise you that, right? So let's see here. Next game on my list is going to be a shmup. This is one of my favorite shmups. Gonna head on over here, so I gotta keep going back and forth. Dog Yoon. So Dog Yoon is a shmup that you might have tried. A lot of people haven't heard this. Very Japanese style game, right? It's big old robots in space, in the world, everywhere, right? This shooter is fantastic because of the beams that you can see right there on screen. There we go. I can find a miracle today, right? What I can do. So, changing between the different power-ups. The boom beam is just a straightforward kind of laser. Laser, the purple laser, the green will go in multiple type of direction. Pink will do a snake. So on the target, around the screen. Mike. Yeah. So around this, you like big old robot. game for you too. It's any shmup on the system, especially. You cannot go wrong with this. It's just challenging as well as has replay value. I like Let's see here. That a lot of people have some of you. Sorry, this was way loud, wasn't it? I'm so sorry, guys. I forgot that I have to readjust the videos after I upload them each time, and because it is a brand new upload, it should be much better now. Dog you. Great. Moving on. We'll keep moving on too. So, Siggy is going to be the next game on my list here. A lot of you have played this, but many of you, again, are newcomers and might have missed this game too. This, a lot of people like to call Farting Mario, right? So, very comparable to something like Ghosts and Goblins maybe too, but a much more modern version of it too. You see Siggy right there on screen. So, a little bit more of a, not mature rated title, but it does have a lot of, I would say like dad jokes and fart humor in it. So, there you go. Be aware of that, I guess, too. It is called A Fart from Melocina, Siggy. So, there you go. But Siggy is a very good, just, again, sort of a Ghosts and Goblins kind of style game if you're into that kind of stuff, or like a Mario kind of game. That's what it is. So this is a great one brought to you by Pixel. Right? No, I'm so sorry. Wow. Yes, no, Pixel. Pixel's great. So they also brought you, let's see, Sir Lovelot is on the system, as well as Donut Dodo, right? So this is the same developer there. So if you like Donut Dodo or Sir Lovelot, this would be another game that has brought to you by them. Yep. And let's see, my fourth game on my list for today is going to be Kunai. So Kunai, let me bring this one up for you. A lot of people overlook Kunai. So Kunai is a very, very complex and good platformer on the system. So this is a .emu game. It's a very polished game by .emu. It kind of flew under the radar on every system, honestly, not just on our system, but on Switch and PC and things like that too. Surprisingly enough, this game is great. You get different weapons. You play. The story is fantastic. So I don't want to spoil too much of the story. You do play as a Pokemon. It's great with cute little emoticon faces all the time too. And yeah, so that is. I don't want to talk too much about this game too, but the Kunai is great too because of the physics in this game too. You do a lot of swinging, wall climbing, as you can see right there, right above me. So Kunai is great to switch different weapons. You have a ton of costumes you can collect and stuff. So if you like that kind of stuff, this is a full-length platform RPG, much like something like Dead Cells, right? And then last but not least on my fifth list here is going to be games you might have missed for hidden gems, or if you're new to the platform, you just might not have seen before, right? So this is a Technos Japan game, right? But this is Shadow Force. So Shadow Force is an excellent beat 'em up on the system. If you've never checked out Shadow Force, I highly recommend it, especially if you like beat 'em ups for arcade-style games. This game is a 90s-style arcade beat 'em up, right? So more than that, the different characters and things, you can absorb other characters in this game to take their powers and play as them, use special abilities and things like that. That's the main purpose of the game. And if you're playing multiplayer, at the end of each level, you do get to take on your partner head-to-head, right? So, which is a great part of this game. So it turns into a little fighting game at the end of each individual stage if you're playing as two players, right? So I love that aspect of this a lot too. It's great when you just get to beat up your buddy. Friendly fire might be not on in the game, but you can beat the heck out of them in between levels, I can tell you that. So, all right. And this is Shadow Force. So check all of those out. So that, again, was, let's see here. I'll take this off screen. So we had Shadow Force. We also had Heavy Smash, of course, Dog Yoon, Siggy, and Kunai along with that, right? So these are 5 games that I like to bring up sometimes, at least today, right? So there's plenty of games I can bring up with hundreds of games. I understand that there's so many things to look through all the time. But all 5 of these games are great games. You can't go wrong with them, I can tell you. I can promise you that. I have to play through all these games myself too, so I've experienced them all. Yeah. So these are some of my personal favorites that kind of fly under the radar. So that's why I'm going to bring up these games right now. And hopefully I provided sort of more variety for you too. We'll get some more puzzlers on the system soon too. Puzzlers are harder to find, but not enough puzzlers for sure that I want to bring up because I'm a big puzzle fan. All right. Okay. Sorry. Now that I've talked a mile a minute for 10 minutes now, probably. Okay. Let's breathe. Let's take a second. It's been a rough stream for me. I've had a lot of audio issues. It is what it is sometimes, right? I swear I can do technology at times. Get Tetris. Yeah. Tetris. Leave that one right now. I won't talk about Tetris right now. Yeah, Blockin's a good one. Yeah, if you like puzzle games, yeah, Blockin's fantastic. Block Out as well too is a Tetris style game, top-down 3D style Tetris game from back in the 80s, I believe. That was a fun one. And of course, Magical Drop 3 particularly is like my favorite game on the system. It's probably within my top 5, I would say, even though it's a puzzle game. Magical Drop. So in case you've never tried that. All right. So moving on, we're going to keep the stream moving. Michael's got to go, right, at some point today. So we'll keep it moving. I'm so sorry. We've wasted like a good 15 minutes on technical difficulties today. I'm so sorry. My apologies. This doesn't usually happen, but here we are. All right. So not too much else to talk about today. So we'll do some Q&A. I know you guys haven't seen me live in like 3 weeks, 4 weeks now, right? So I think 3 weeks. I was here 3 weeks ago, right? Before Rigid Force. I think I didn't do, yeah, 3 weeks. It's been 3 weeks. So it's been a bit. I'll get to some questions that you have. All right, so go ahead and pop some questions in the chat for me. I prefer them to be about games on iiRcade, right? But you can ask for other things on the system and stuff like that too. Anything that I can answer. We'll take maybe 10 questions today too. We'll see. We'll see what kind of pops through the chat too. What kind of tangents we get into. I'm trying not to get on too many tangents today. Let's see here. What are the guns about? Let me see here. I believe you're referring to Operation Wolf. There we go. Yeah. So no news, unfortunately, on here. I'll put up this chat. So we'll be on topic. There we go. Yeah, no new news. Again, we'll tell you guys when it's ready, essentially. Well, it's ready when it's ready, essentially, too. Taito loves to, make sure that their games are verified. They verify their games themselves. So that means that they play through the entire thing. They have a dedicated QA that does that themselves. So sometimes it takes a little longer. That's what's going on right now. And that's it, right? So all the changes have been in that we've needed to put in. The update's out. It's ready to go on our end, essentially, too. It's just we're just waiting for publisher approval is really all it is, too. Don't worry. It's not going anywhere. I promise you that. I know that you're waiting to get that out there, too. It's great, too, when people complain all the time, too. The like on game is not going to appease everybody in the audience, but yet everybody always asks me about it. It's how it goes, right? Here we are. But yes, so Operation Wolf, no update on that. It's in Taito's hands right now. We are waiting on publisher approval is all it is. So, yep. They have to play through the entire game. It's rough sometimes. It's a hard game. It's a very hard game. In a good way, in the best of ways. But yes, we are getting to you. That's still my top priority as soon as possible. And trust me, you will know when that game is going to release. I will let you know. I will let you know 5 ways to Sunday. So 6 ways to Sunday. So that's the saying, man, I'm getting tired and old or things. I don't know. Knee deep in Toki right now, Chris F is saying. Yeah, Toki is a great game. A lot of the Tag Corporation games too are something that a lot of people haven't played because they really release much in the US. FabTech tried to bring them to the US as well too. A lot of the IRM games, I believe, are also done by FabTech. Does the machines themselves, right? Not the game development, but the machines, right? That's FabTech. But Tag Corporation especially falls into that category. Yeah. So there just weren't a lot of machines in the US, so a lot of people haven't played them, but Toki is great. If you like that, the other Tag Corporation games you can search on the store as well, too. If you just type in Tag the store, they will pop up. Let's see. I've already talked about this. Going to give you an update on Retro Knockout. No, not really in particular, too. But speaking of Retro Knockout, it is the last weekend for the Kickstarter. So if you are looking to donate to their Kickstarter right now for the other console ports, there you go. It will be coming out on our platform as well as on PC 100%. And it looks like they've already funded their goal, which is great too. But it never hurts to give them extra funding. If you'd like to support that project, go for it. Head over. If you just Google Retro Knockout Kickstarter, it will bring you right to their page. You can see it right there too. There's different tiers and things like that too. And of course, we are still doing the machines. However, it's not really marketed towards you guys for the machines because a lot of you already own the machines, right? And it's not meant for you. Of course, this is Kickstarter. Prices are always going to be a lot higher for things on Kickstarter because they're doing the Kickstarter to fund console ports. So that's what it's truly what it's for, right? So it's not just to sell a product, it's to fund console ports. So give them a shout out. Head on over to the page if you'd like to donate. Go ahead and donate. Every dollar helps. So you can always do that too. But yeah, that's the story of Retro Knockout. No details on that too. And I'm sure that the team over at Vanilla Gaming Company will give you more updates on that as well too, because they're the ones actually developing the game. Remember, it's not iiRcade. It is a Vanilla Gaming Company game. So there you go. But yeah, we're very excited for that. It's coming out later on this year. All right. What else we got here? Aha. So I've been asked this. So we've seen really a very small amount of people that this affects, which is the same thing that Play Digits also told us that this affects. So because I did reach out to them a couple weeks ago on this issue, yeah, some people are just losing save data. It goes sort of corrupt. They don't know why. Again, this is not a console specific thing. This is not a platform specific thing, right? So this is not just an iiRcade thing. This is an Android thing. This is a Xbox, PC, PlayStation, everywhere you can find Dead Cells. This is an issue that they are aware of that they've just never been able to nail down, is what we've been told. So there you go. That's really it. Again, this is one of those things. It's not our game. It's their game. It's not specific to our platform. It's everywhere. You want to contact the developer, not us on that one. So that's really what it is too. So every developer has like web pages and stuff. You can reach out on that too. Yeah. Though I already have contacted them, that's the news that I can give you on that, because that's it. Unfortunately, that's the case. So let me see what else we got in the chat here. I am not high up on the Light is not high up on the Rigid Force Redux boards, by the way. That's my initial score that you're seeing there. I'm sure if I actually play that game a lot more, I can get that way higher, because I love shmups. Let's see here. Other questions that we can get to in the chat too. Oh, also something to bring up while I'm, 15 trained thought over here too. Beyond Operation Wolf, the retro knockout stuff too. I actually have this on my little list here too. Last week when I was, we didn't do a show last week too. I was a little busy, but beyond that, last week we did also release the updates for, oh my gosh, Galaxy Champions TV. So highly requested Galaxy Champions TV. When in twin stick mode for dual player, it is a 2-player game as well too, where you'll have to use joystick and buttons. That hasn't changed. For solo player, it's the exact same buttons. However, you can also do with the joystick with twin stick. You can do the right button. Sorry, I'm mirrored right now too. You can use the A button on player 2 side to dash, which makes it a lot more easier for players to dash essentially too. So that was a complaint. The developer got to it. It took them a little while too, but in fairness, they were literally in a hospital. So it's it is what it is, guys. I'm so sorry about that. They apologize too, I'm sure. But yeah, so you'd think it's a quick change. It's not always a quick change. Life happens sometimes too. So there you go. But yeah, that fix is in. And Space Invaders too. I did the update for Space Invaders. Of course, we had to put that through Taito. So it's been in the making for a little while. I know you guys keep asking me, or a couple of you at least kept asking me for a little while too. I found the bug in the system. I fixed it. I had to resubmit to get the game back on for the update, right? So it takes a little bit of time, so sorry about that. However, it is there now. So anybody who was seeing a high score issue where the high score was not set to 0 right away after you installed the game, that is fixed. It was set to 12,234 was the number, right? So I figured that one out. So now you can, it automatically, since you hadn't beaten the score anyway, unless you have beaten the score, you have a higher score anyway, that's fine. It didn't generate the save file for you because you hadn't beaten it. So with that, it probably automatically reset to 0 for you, if that makes sense. If not, you can actually always go into the IIS, the initial interaction screen is what that's called in game development, the IIS. So where you just actually, your menu selection, your start select, right? On that screen, if you press C 3 times, C for clear, you can clear the high score right there too. A little prompt will say, will pop up. It'll say, hey, do you want to delete the high score data? And you can say yes or no right there with A or B. Yep, simple enough. So that's actually in all the time now. Even though it's not visible, you can always do that with pressing C 3 times in that menu to clear your high score data in case you'd like to do that. So there you go. All right. What other questions can I get to right now? Again, I can't talk about games that I can't talk about. That's how it goes. It's just how it goes. There are plenty more games coming up and lined up. I'm very backlogged right now, too. We have a major software project going on right now, too, for a long while that's been needing resources. So we're getting to things as fast as possible, guys. Small team. We try. Do my best. Let's see here. Interesting question from MCAP. Any chance going forward you can release games when they are ready instead of on Fridays? Yeah, so I mean, for the most part, we do actually release games when they're ready. It's pretty rare that we hold off on games, at least for an extended period of time. It really depends, right? We do have a lot of checks and variables and stuff that go into each individual game, right? Be it an arcade game versus a modern game, right? Very sort of different testing systems there, essentially. Similar but different. Because of that, it is like a 1-by-1 kind of thing usually, right? It's rare that we have batches of games that are done and ready at the exact same time. That's kind of why we do roll it out slowly. It's also safer for us to roll it out slowly so that we can catch bugs last minute in case we need to. But yeah, who knows? I mean, I know we used to drop some games on Tuesdays when Zhang would do the lives and stuff like that too. So yeah, so maybe we'll get back into that stuff too. We do special releases sometimes throughout the year. We'll see. But yeah, typically speaking, when games are ready, they do get released right away. If not a week or two later at the most. It's pretty rare that we hold on to games for a long time. But yeah, so we'll see. Who knows? Who knows what the future holds with game releases, right? We're always evolving and changing, so that's just the way it is now. That could change in the future, sure. Just depends on what's best for you guys, what's best for us, what's best for everybody kind of thing. Yep. Let's see here. People want to get iiRcades. Any advice since your guys are sold out? Technically speaking, we're not sold out. Technically, we still do have Retromania units available on iiRcade.com and BestBuy.com as well, too. Keep an eye out for sales on BestBuy.com specifically this month. I can tell you that. I don't know offhand when they are. I'm just saying you can keep an eye out. Best Buy does have a lot of sales going on for iiRcades. It's not crazy massive discounts of any sort. We're not doing like half off or anything. We don't just drop to $200 in price. No, but there are discounts through BestBuy.com specifically that go on throughout the month. So yeah, so there's Retromania is the only one still available currently and active, right? So we have sold out of all of the stock right now, which is great. It's a great thing for us. When we will replenish things and such, we will get back to you later on this year with more information on that. So stay tuned on that one. I have nothing that I can reveal on that kind of stuff right now. Will you offer a cabinet for Retro Knockout? No. The answer is no. That is a Kickstarter exclusive cabinet. So if you are looking to purchase the Retro Knockout skinned, it is a standard edition unit. It is not a gold edition unit. What you see there is proper. The visuals a little bit might change, very askew during the printing process is really all it is. Everything else on that is finalized. There is a mistypo on there too with JBL sound. It does not come with JBL audio. It is a standard edition unit, standard edition board inside with the audio board and everything else too. So this is a standard edition unit. It is not a gold. So what you see there on the Kickstarter is true beyond the JBL too. Minor typo there too that we're still working to fix. It's fine. It's the end of the Kickstarter. Luckily, it's only the one thing. But yes, so that one, apologies on that one too. That one kind of slipped through a little bit. But beyond the JBL, everything else is proper on there too. It is a standard edition unit for that and a Kickstarter exclusive, and that is it. So if you do want to pick it up, it is there. It is, of course, it's a higher price again for the Kickstarter because that's to support the company and pay for the console porting and things like that too, to cover some of that cost for them. So console ports are expensive, takes time. They're a smaller team as well too. That's why. So that's what it's for. I believe it's $9.99 is that tier. It is, yeah, it's the 1K tier. So it's $9.99 for that tier for the iiRcade Retro Knockout machine. Yeah. And that will come with the game as well, by the way, on that one too. So I don't know that it says that necessarily on there too. But those of you who do purchase, if you're even watching right now too, and you do purchase that one, it will come with the game as well. Let's see here. A couple more questions and then we'll call it a day. Have I looked into getting Guardians? I've looked into getting so many games. I can't say any in specific right now too, but yes. Again, it never hurts to reach out to developers yourself too. We do it all the time. But again, unfortunately, it's not, again, licensing will go through. I say this all the time, right? We're a very different beast. We're a different machine. We're an arcade console. Reigns true so much in the arcade world, specifically with licensing for us. They see us as a very different machine than something like a dedicated, like a replica kind of machine or things like that. We're seen in a very different light. For them, for indie developers and things like that, for lower end studios, not lower end, but like not AAA studios, right? Smaller studios is really what it is, right? A lot of times it just comes down to development time too. And a lot of times they get excited about it and then sometimes they have to pull out because they realize they just don't have the time for it or they're moving on to another project. So right now is just not a good time for them, right? So that's a lot of times with indie developers, that's what it comes down to. Sometimes they're very gung-ho. Sometimes they're gung-ho out the gate. They got to pull out. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes they're gung-ho and we go through with it, right? That's how it goes. Cases like Saturn or like Galacticon stuff. Galacticon, we did the porting ourselves. But yeah, so, and we've got some other ports going on ourselves. However, it's not typical that we do the ports for modern games ourselves. So, but yeah, never hurts to reach out to other developers and stuff like that too. We do that nonstop. We're constantly talking to developers too. And again, different things happen that you guys just don't get to you're not privy to all the information because we're under NDAs and things like that too. And so are they. But yes, we're constantly looking into getting games. It's not nearly as easy as you think it is. It never is. A game that looks so simple to port over potentially could be, but it just might not happen. It might not be the right time. So that's how it goes. It's not always the case. Death Cells issue related to the iiRcade OS update? No. It's not at all. It seems conveniently like that sometimes, but no, it's not the case. Again, we've contacted PlayDigits ourselves, but again, that's really who you want to contact about this issue too. Fortunately, it's just not, they don't have a lot of info either. It's because it's such a low percentage that have hit this, and they just don't have the data to pull for it essentially too. The only way that we can really pull data is if we ever hit it ourselves and we can pull it straight from the board, because we can pull save files ourselves. We can't do that like on the back end. We have to be able to use our own stuff to hook up to the boards and things like that too. So we can pull that kind of data. It's different. It's much different. The physical in-person thing I got to do. But until we hit it, that's how it goes. Let's see here. Again, that is a rare issue. So just so you know. This is not an everybody's going to hit that kind of issue, no. See, again, I can't talk about things I can't talk about. Is a new interface in development? Yeah, it's been in development for quite a while, actually. So there you go. We've talked about it before. Though other project has gotten in the way. Let's see here. Other kind of things that we can look into. Let's see here. Talked about that. Can't talk about that. Hey. No, I cannot elaborate on this other thing. I'm not allowed to. At all. No hints, no nothing on that one. We will let you guys know about that when the time comes. You good folks will know when we're ready. We're good and ready on that one. Dean33 is asking, is anyone bowling? Stay tuned on that. In case anybody wants to bowl right now, I believe they're talking about bash bowling. So if anybody does want to jump online, there you go. Talk to Dean. It's also a good thing you can post on the Facebook community groups. Probably still our best way to get into contact with other iiRcade holders, right? So Facebook, we are iiRcade Community is the official one that we host and everything like that too. So you can always post there. Feel free to reach out to people until we get better systems in place for you to connect together on the machine. Let's see here. I'll take 3 more questions and we'll call it a day. Let's see here. How do I pay employees without no cap sales? We've actually been over this before, that the machine's actually like a loss leader pretty much. By the way, we are a console through and through pretty much, right? So unlike other companies that you might compare us to, because you guys love to do that all the time, we've told you we're really not comparable in that kind of way. We actually... we are focused on games more than anything else over consoles specifically, right? That's why this year, actually, we pulled more back on hardware currently, right? So that's why you're not seeing a lot of hardware right now, because we have time to develop hardware in the meantime that we sell games, right? So, and we license more games and things like that, right? So that's how that goes. Very different business. Welcome to a console versus like just a home arcade machine, right? That's why we say a home arcade console and not a home arcade machine. For that specific reason, right? So we focus more so on games, right? So I know it may not seem like it sometimes. That's what we do. That is what we do. And there's a whole slew of games coming later on this year. Don't worry. Yeah, we're not going anywhere, guys. Don't worry about that. Sometimes it's nice to reboot too. I have to deal with you guys all the time too, right? On top of everything else, right? So I understand that we can't reveal everything all the time that you guys want us to. I understand that. I understand the frustration in that. I get it. I'm a consumer too, right? At the end of the day, we get excited about things too. But sometimes we like to pull back and we have to, nail down our noses to, getting things done with software, with hardware, things like that before we can release them, right? So that takes time and it takes a lot of our focus away from things like doing shows like this, right? So we are still a small company. We're still growing. Don't worry about that. But we are still a small company by and large, right? So we're pulling out of the startup phase, sort of coming this year, but we are still only really like 2 years old, almost a little bit over that since official product launch, right? So keep that in mind. We're young, we're hungry. That's what we do, right? So stay tuned on more fun things later on this year. We haven't revealed everything. We just can't reveal everything all the time too. And we will reveal things when we're good and ready now, right? So Because if we reveal things too soon, then you guys don't seem to like that. Even though you like it at the time, then it goes for a couple months and you don't like it anymore, right? That's how it goes. Lessons learned sometimes. Yeah, no cryptic things for me. No esoteric clues. I like to do that sometimes, though. I'll let Zhong do that next time you guys see him. You know what? I'll let him do esoteric stuff for you. Karateka or the Warriors games. Welcome back, Pliskins. It's been a while since I've seen you in the chat. Yeah, Karateka, I believe is actually. Karateka. Yeah, it's karate. And the Warriors, yeah. So I'm well aware of these games, yeah. So they would be great. Stay tuned on that kind of stuff. Again, I can't talk about games that I can't talk about. But I am very well aware of those games, yes. Let me see here. All right. Okay, now my chat's scrolling. Okay, here we go. How about I'll go back to Pliskins again. How about in track mode that we can pick our own games to show? Currently, no. So we do that for a reason, right? So we like to pull up games that people might not know about and show off the new games, right? Because not everybody watches the show. Keep that in mind too. Not everybody watches this show. Not everybody's on YouTube all the time. Like a lot of you guys are watching all those shows for news and information. Not everybody reads the newsletters that we send out, right? Even though there's like thousands and thousands of people on that list. Not everybody reads all that stuff, right? So we do like to use the attract mode in that way. Currently, at least. That could change in the future. I'm not saying will always stay that way. But until then, if you really like a game on the system, they all have their attract modes still remaining in there, right? So, but yeah, custom attract modes, we've looked into that before too. Again, I'm not saying no. I'm just not right now. Not right now. Let me see here. This is a great game, or great question. For Biggity's Arcade, what is your favorite game on iiRcade right now, Michael? This is a really hard question for me. So Congo Bongo is still up there. I will say Congo Bongo is still one of my favorite games in the system because I'm an absolute glutton for punishment in arcade games. I'm a leaderboard chaser, and I don't know why I'm such a masochist with games, but I like the challenge and things, right? So Congo Bongo is definitely up there, but we talked about probably my actual favorite game on the system now is Heavy Smash. Heavy Smash is probably my favorite arcade game, at least on the system right now, too. If you're talking like overall, too, like everything, it's hard to go wrong with Galacticon and Donut Dodo, right? We talk about them a lot because they're just so hard to beat for like more modern kind of arcade style games. I like them a lot. Yeah, but I would actually go with Heavy Smash, honestly. It's just, I don't know. I love that game. It's great, especially if you're playing against other people. Heavy Smash. If you got a buddy over to play against, Heavy Smash. Or if you got like kids or like a husband or wife to play with and stuff like that too, that you guys are gaming together on the arcade machine, Heavy Smash. It might make you hate each other a little bit. We're getting to a couple of rivalries, but Heavy Smash, I'm telling you. All right, let's see. It's Congo Bongo. See, there we go. I've talked about it a couple times before. Let's see here. Other things that I can talk about right now too. Yeah, GRS products. Yeah, we haven't talked about that in a little while too. It's just in development still. That one's on us. We've said that before too. This is 100%. Do not blame GRS for this. This is 100% on us a little bit too. We get wrapped up in a couple projects, especially a major software project going on right now too. That's kind of gotten in the way. It kind of ate a lot of resources that we didn't really plan for, honestly. So we try to plan ahead as much as possible. Sometimes it's not possible. That's how it goes. The only thing that's really keeping it right now is Bluetooth stuff that we're working on, right? Because we got to make that one work with Bluetooth as well as USB simultaneously. That's really the hold up on it too. Once that is working fully with everything, because that takes driver implementations at a kernel level, actually, which is crazy. That's what we're working on with that. And once that's ready, it is ready. And we'll announce the games that is ready with right out the gate too. We've shown us some of them before too. I guarantee Trackball, at least right out the gate, will work with let's see. Space Harrier, right off the top of my head. I know that. I forget all the other games, honestly, right now. Actually, I'll have to make a list. I'm so sorry. It's just not in the frontal cortex. All right, let's go with one more question. Let me see here. And with that as well, too, we are making that. So a lot of the GRS products, they're, what do you call it? The older GRS products, along with the new GRS products as well, too. A lot of those, I believe, will work the same essentially too. So don't quote me on that entirely too. I'm sure Glenn will give you more information on that when the time comes for us to release everything. However, I believe that a lot of you that already own a lot of those products from them too will already be able to use them. You won't necessarily have to buy new ones. So which is awesome. It's kind of another reason that we partnered with GRS is because his products are fantastic, right? Let's see here. Sadly, I do listen to you guys all the time. By the way, on these comments. Just because we can't give you what you want all the time, it doesn't mean that we don't listen. It is what it is sometimes. Sorry to hear. Yeah, we are our own independent company. We do things our way for a reason. We do listen as much as possible. However, we do have to steer the ship, if that makes sense, right? Sometimes the captain has to make a decision. That's how it goes. Let's see here. All right, I'll take one more question. Let's get a good question here. Congo Bongo got dethroned. To be honest, for Heavy Smash, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I still love Congo Bongo. I'm not saying I don't, but they're very different types of games too. If I'm leaderboard chasing, Congo Bongo, Truxton, original Truxton, right? Not Truxton 2, because technically you can do 2-player. It's the same, right? But yeah, Heavy Smash is probably my favorite, like co-op or like versus CPU kind of game. Other questions. Let's go. Let me get one more question. Let's see. See here. Do I need to moderate my chat? Don't make me moderate my chat today. I'll do it. I have no issues with dropping ban hammers. You guys know me. Let me see. All right. Not a lot of questions, honestly, which is fine. Yeah. Awakened Evil on sale? No, Awakened Evil is not on sale. It is $7.99. It is full price today on release too, which is not a bad price for that game. Anyway, $8. Less than your trip to McDonald's. I can tell you that. Or your choice of fast food restaurant if you're eating fast food. If you're not going to fast food and you're going to a different restaurant, then it's definitely cheaper than that. I can tell you that. Let's see here. All right, I'm looking for one more question. Yes, I know that you guys say, yeah, I see the same thing here too. Yes, we did that because we know you guys like it too, and so did the developer too, right? So we worked together to make that happen, right? We said, hey, it was actually really easy, right? Hey, do you want to do 25% off on a release for this price? Yeah, cool. That was it. So for the weekend. Yeah, so keep an eye out for sales and things like that too. We announced it on the show as well as posting in the Facebook group, as well as actually doing a newsletter for that one too. So we try to announce as much as possible. Sometimes people still miss it. I get it. It's unfortunate. Doesn't mean there won't be sales on the game later on in the year as well. Who knows, right? I never like to make promises on sales, but sometimes, I'm sure that we will have more sales on different games throughout the year too, and potentially the same games. Yeah. Let me see here. All right, I'm still looking for one more question. If not, I will go because I'm good. We've been going on for an hour. We had like 15 minutes of technical difficulties. Again, I'm so sorry. My apologies, guys. I'm not an audio tech. It happens sometimes. Yes, no announcement on when golds might be available again. Yep, stay tuned on that too. Again, we haven't announced anything with new golds coming out, so keep that in mind. We did announce before the holidays, or actually during the holidays, I should say, right? And even the past couple months, a little bit back in January, that once golds are gone, for now, they're going to be gone. So we try to keep you guys as alert as possible on that. We weren't kidding. It wasn't FOMO. I don't create fake FOMO for things. It was absolutely true, and here you go. So that's how it goes sometimes. Gold editions are out of stock for right now, and we don't know when yet we can announce if and when they're going to be a new line of golds, right? So there you go. There are different reasons for that. And when the time comes, all will be revealed. Let me see here. Yeah, I can't talk about that. All right. I will take this question. And maybe one more after this too. So Pop Bride's asking, when will we see Zhang again? Soon. Soon is the answer to that too. Zhang is safely still over in Korea right now. He's still in Seoul in South Korea right now. So there you go. Don't at me. He'll be back soon enough though. Yep. It's not a real question, but we'll see. Here's a great question. I can talk on this one a little bit more. I'll take this as my last question for the day. So Metgen Games is asking, hi, I've applied as developer, but when I can hear back, estimate leave, positive or negative? Okay. I know I talk fast. English may not be everybody's first language too, I know. So if you've applied as a developer too, you can apply on the website. Or you can also reach out at contact@iiRcade.com. We can respond there for developers as well too. I will probably be the one to get an email forwarded directly to me and then respond to you directly myself too. Me or our CCO will respond to you. That's how that goes. But I will look into it. Metgan Games, I will keep an eye out for you later on today. I'm actually taking a note right now, and we will check out what's going on with that. Yeah, we're easy to get in contact with by any developer, just going to the developer section on iiRcade.com, as well as simply reaching out to us through our customer service. You can always do as well too. It's not the best avenue necessarily. However, we will see it. Yep. There you go. All right. And that is it. That's it for the day. No other pressing questions that I see in the chat. What about the OG? Is that in stock? No, the only cab that is remaining in stock online for us and as well as Best Buy right now is going to be Retromania Wrestling. There is a handful of units still. There's not too many of them, but there's some stock still for those ones. Congo Bongo Gold Edition. I wish. I don't believe there will ever be a Congo Bongo Gold Edition. Don't quote me on that, but I don't think there's going to be. It'd be an interesting cab though, right? It'd be an interesting one. I would like to do that. I would personally like that, but my passion project is not going to be what we're going to make in a machine, I guarantee it, right? So though a lot of the machines that we do make sometimes are passion projects for us, right? So we get some fun cabs and things like that too. I know we hear it all the time too for games like Moon Patrol, Rast, and oh my gosh, I'm trying to think what else I get. Operation Wolf, things like that, right? Yeah, we hear you on those. Yep. So stay tuned on that. No news on cabs or hardware still for right now for this year. So we will announce that kind of stuff when we're ready. When we're good and ready. So there you go. Again, we're a software company. It's really what we are, disguised partially as a hardware company. That's what we've always been. So we've always tried to allude to. That's what we are. We are very much a software company more than anything else. And we are building these systems on the back end. Whether you see it or not, here we are, right? So there you go. All right. In the meantime, do enjoy Awakened Evil, available on the store right now, $7.99. It is a platform style of game too. It's not really similar to Castlevania, but kind of similar to Castlevania, sure. Multiple different game modes too. Really baller soundtrack on that one too. I love the sort of chiptune music if you're into that kind of stuff too. Gameplay super smooth. Lots of fun, lots of content in this game too. Well worth it if you're looking to pick it up. Again, you can always try it out. You have 30 minutes and then you got a refund. That's your window. After that, you're good. You're sold. That's it. Sorry about it. But I don't think that you're not going to enjoy this game. It's good. It's fun. So check it out today. It's available right now on store.iiRcade.com, as well as, let's see, pretty much everything else that we've talked about today too. Heavy Smash. Pick up Heavy Smash if you'd like to check it out too. If you're new here, Kunai, also great platform. If you're looking for other platformers, we also talked about Dog Yoon, one of my favorite and flashy and fantastic shoot 'em ups. We've got Shadow Force, which is an amazing beat 'em up if you've never played it. Shadow Force flies under the radar under things like Combo Tribes and things, and I don't know why, because Shadow Force is phenomenal for a beat 'em up. Smooth 90s style arcade gameplay, right? I love that game too. And we also talked about, let's see here, there was one more, I swear. Siggy, A Far From Elsinore. Yeah, if you're looking for like a Ghosts and Goblins Mario kind of game too, Siggy is where it's at. Full world map in that game too. Fun soundtrack, fun gameplay, fun storyline, stuff like that. So check it out. Those are all available right now on store.iiRcade.com. But again, Awakened Evil, check it out. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at how good that game is. So love it. With that, that's a wrap. I'll see you guys. Have a happy Friday. Have a good weekend. You're celebrating the holidays and stuff like that too. I hope you get some chocolate, go on a hunt, whatever you're doing, who knows, right? Spend some time with the family, play some games, maybe spend some time with the family, playing games with them too. You can always do that. Remember, you can play games together. Weirdly enough, I know it's crazy things to think about. Actually playing games on these machines, it's what they're meant for, right? So make sure you do that. Check it out. And until then, I will see you maybe next week. We'll see. Again, don't plan on game days every week right now, too. We are exceptionally busy at this time of the year right now, too, unfortunately. So I can't always do the show. Sorry, I'm losing my voice right now, too. So I'm not going to promise a show next week. I try my best, I swear. But yeah, stay tuned for more news and updates as we go along throughout the year. And, Operation Wolf coming soon. We'll get those like icons ready. Don't you worry. We're getting there. We're getting there. I promise you. So with that, I will play you out with more Awakened Evil with a different trailer for you. All right. Until then, game on.